Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This video I wanted to talk about Shigaraki, the main villain in My Hero Academia, the foil to Deku's plan. Deku is the foil to his plan? I don't know. He kind of started out as a whiny baby. And then the whole League of Villains stuff started happening. And then he stays up for like a month straight with barely any sleep. And you're like, damn, relatable. And then he fights the Makia guy, which was a pretty good fight. Let's be real. Just kidding. He didn't really fight. That's off screened. It's not in the manga either, really. You just see that he's fighting the guy for like 48 hours, and then he gets 3 hours of break. He's been doing this for a month. And then he goes and fights the Redestro guy and fucking destroys him. And then he has half the League of Villains have their little backstory there. Which Toga's was pretty good, you know. She liked this guy, and then she was crazy, and she fell in love with blood, and she was like sucking blood out of birds and stuff. I was like, damn. So it is possible to do like a short like backstory. I wish there were longer, but Shigaraki's makes sense. His sister betrayed him. Her grandma was the hero, but his dad hated heroes because his mom abandoned him, which it's got to be a lot of trauma on a kid. A lot of trauma on a kid to have that happen to you. Like, your mom just disappears and leaves without a trace, and what are you going to do? What can you do? And then you try to be... I mean, he wasn't a good father. Let's get that out of the way. He's, like, beating his fucking kid and throwing him outside because he wants to be a hero. Like, that's what everybody wants to be in that world, is a hero. You're forcing your kid to basically become a villain. And then and he didn't have a quirk either. When Shigaraki's powers manifested, and he murders a dog, which is never okay, but that one was an accident, I honestly believe. I think he meant to kill everyone else, but I don't think he meant to kill the dog. Because his quirk just manifested, and he was all itchy and stuff. And then, like, Shigaraki goes all ape shit and, like, you know, can decay everything, and now he's even more powerful. I haven't read all of the manga yet, so I'm not completely caught up. A couple arcs behind. But it's just interesting to see this guy's development from, like, a whiny little bitch who basically couldn't do anything to this, like, overpowered metahuman guy who has a bunch of quirks now, I'm pretty sure. And, well, he does, because he has the regenerative healing and all that stuff. But how is Deku going to deal with him? He was the successor to... He's the shadow leader, you know. He has all these people following him. And he's got this ridiculously strong quirk. And he has now multiple quirks. Now he's destroying everyone he's fighting. Like, it's not even close. And then Deku has to rise up to that level. Like, I like their contrast because they're very similar in the fact that they both were kind of whiny little bitches, but they also both have massive groups of people following them, because Deku has a bunch of people that follow him because he's, you know, good, righteous. He is what a true hero should be, is what the show wants you to believe, which I am really excited to see where Deku's storyline goes and what he does and how he does it. Like, I think it's going to be really interesting because, you know, he needs to grow, and he's getting all these quirks, and he's getting more powerful, and he's fighting all these villains, and he's got to get to their level. Yes, he's going to have a shit ton of quirks. He's going to have so much going for him, so much strength, so much abilities. He's going to have to combine stuff. He's going to have to do all this stuff to get to Shigaraki. Because Shigaraki right now, in my opinion, is leaps and bounds higher than Deku. But they don't have a ceiling. They have unlimited potential. They have unlimited things. And Shigaraki's whole thing is he wants to destroy the world. But he has these friends, and he wants to bring them with him. But he wants to destroy everything. Destroyed society. Because society wouldn't help him when he was a kid. Nobody would help him. They saw his face and ran. They saw him, left him on the street, and They didn't want to help this boy. So how can you call yourself a true hero? How can you call yourself a hero who saves people when nobody wanted to save him? This is not what he wanted. This is not how heroes should work in his eyes. So he's going to destroy it all. He's going to absolutely destroy all heroes and in his path. And I don't sympathize with him. I think he has some valid points, but the way he's going about it, in my opinion, is completely wrong. He is a villain, though, and he's murdered a ton of people who get in his way. He craves strength, and he needs strength, and he's got these strong people with him, and he is going to climb to heights that no one else has ever been. And Deku, Azuka Midoriya, has the one quirk that can reach him, and they have to battle. Now, they have to win. I think that it will have to be a one-on-one fight. Sorry about that. That's my air conditioner that just turned on. But it'll be a one-on-one fight. And when it is their final fight, I think it'll probably be one of the best fights in the series. I think it will. I think it has to be. There's so much potential in that fight to be something of a spectacle, of a show, of a... It's got so much hype behind it. Yes, they fought where I am in the anime. They haven't fought yet in the manga. And throughout the series, he had to figure out his purpose, his reason for doing what he is doing, his villain code, his villain, reasons of stuff, and the reason why he is a villain, the reason why he wants to do what he is doing, why he is doing what he's doing, why he has to get to this point and get to the area where he will do it. And he has this master who took him under his wing. But now, the master's trying to use him, which was what he was trying to do from the very beginning. He was using him to get back at All Might, because that was the whole reason behind his plan, was to get back at All Might, because that's All Might. All Might wouldn't be able to fight him, and, anyways. But he also has to achieve his master's goal. But I don't think that's where it's going, because he keeps he doesn't want his master's help anymore. He doesn't need it. Is he probably going to get it? I think so. I honestly think that guy's going to show up. Stain, it wouldn't surprise me if Stain showed up again, because Stain's ideology, and Stain is the reason. Yes, Shigaraki didn't like Stain at all, but the only reason that Shigaraki has a lot of the followers that he has, like Dabi, Splinter, the lizard guy, which I can make a whole video talking about him. I don't like him that much, but he also mentions it in the thing that that his quirk's not that great, Splinter's quirk's not that great, that he is just a cosplay, and he has to figure out his purpose. And I think I don't think Stain's going to come back, but he might. I don't know. I'm not that far. I don't really want people to tell me in the comments. But he is a very, Stain did a lot of stuff so that Shigaraki could take the credit for it. It wasn't the reason Stain was doing it, but Stain got associated with him. And then Shigaraki took all the credit for everything that Stain was doing. And I don't think that's what Stain wanted, perhaps, but it is interesting to see that Shigaraki's getting credit for what Stain did, and Shigaraki is the one to bring in the new villains, to bring in the new bad, to bring in the future of the league. And people don't understand that, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.